Is this thing on? Hey everyone, it's Megan. I am back again with answers to questions that home daycare providers just like you have sent in. So I've just had a question recently about nap time and whether nap time should be non-negotiable or not. So if you visit welcome to the zoo.ca at all, you've noticed that I do post on nap time every once in a while, and I really do believe that it's non-negotiable. And as you are interviewing parents and parents are bringing their kids to you for daycare, that will be probably one of the bigger questions that they ask, or one of the first things that they want to know about is nap time and how you handle it. So in my experience, it really does need to be non-negotiable to have a nap time every afternoon. And I've got 4 reasons why, and I'll tell you what they are. And then that way you can, if you agree with that, you can be passing that on to your daycare parents as well and explaining it to them. So the first reason why nap time should be non-negotiable is that kids get tired. Quite often they're with you for 10 or 12 hours a day, and that's a really long day. I mean, most of us work 8 or 10 hours a day, and that's a long day, and that involves, lunch break, coffee breaks, things like that. Now, as a daycare provider, you don't get those breaks, but almost every other profession has those breaks built in. Kids don't get those breaks. Daycare is their job. When they get to school, that it turns into their job. That's what they're doing. They're expending energy, and having to kind of maintain that game face all day long is really tough. So 10 to 12 hours is really pushing it for a preschooler, especially an infant, toddler. Infant, definitely. They definitely need naps. But toddler, even so, even if parents are thinking, oh no, when they're at home, they go strong all day long. At daycare, it is a little bit different. There is, there's usually a little bit more structure and routine than there might be at home, and they're quite often doing things at a higher activity level than they may be at home. And the other thing is, when they're at daycare, they don't get the chance to kind of just chill out on the couch for an hour or two, like they may have the opportunity to do, or at least the choice to do when they're at home with mom and dad during the weekend. So kids just get tired. It's a long day. And the second reason is that tired kids get cranky. So when those kids are going for 10 or 12 hours a day, not only do they get tired by the end of the day, but they're more likely to get irritable and cranky and, just want to shut down or melt down even. By the time mom and dad come to pick them up, they may be just, a puddle of emotions on the floor kind of thing, or just not wanting to do what they're told and that sort of thing. So making sure that they're well rested makes it so much easier, not only for you as the daycare provider, but it makes it much easier for mom and dad when they're picking up their child at the end of the day. And as they go into dinner as a family at home, or what evening activities, whatever else they need to do, a well-rested child is going to cope with that so much more easily. Third reason why nap time should be non-negotiable is that kids really need a break from one another. 10 or 12 hours a day, if a child is dropped off at 6 in the morning and doesn't leave till 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, they have been around those other kids that are with you in your daycare for that many hours. And quite often siblings aren't even in as close quarters for that long in a day. And so they really do need a break from each other. They're constantly sharing toys, they're in each other's space, they're doing circle time together, they're playing at the playground together, they're doing all of these things together, and they just need a break from one another. So even if they're all taking a nap in the same room on their own cots, they've got their own space. They don't have to talk to the other kids, they don't have to negotiate sharing toys and all of that stuff. Gives their brain a chance to just relax and shut off, recharge for the rest of the day. So the number 4 reason, and possibly the most important reason why nap time should be non-negotiable, is because you as a daycare provider need the break. Now, if you've watched previous videos, you know what I recommend for nap time is 2 hours. a good solid 2 hours. And the first hour of that, I recommend that you are doing all of those things that need to be done that can't be done with the kids around. So if you're mopping the floor, you're washing the dishes, you're getting curriculum ready for the rest of the week or the rest of the month or whatever, all of that stuff, I recommend, really, really strongly recommend that be done during the daycare day. And when you have the chance to do it is during the first hour of nap time. Now, that's so that when you close your daycare for the day, you've got the rest of the time to just spend on your family. You're not constantly cleaning up and preparing for the next day of daycare. When work is done, it's done. So for your first hour, say from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, you're doing all of those things, clean up, preparations, whatever. And then the second hour, say from 2 to 3 o'clock, you're taking a break. And whether that means, watching something on Netflix with one earbud in kind of thing, other ear to the kids, but one earbud in, watching your favorite show, or you've just got your feet up and you're reading a book, or maybe you're even like responding to emails from parents and things like that, but something that just kind of gives your brain a chance to switch gears. That's so important because with that many young kids, your patience is tested, your energy is really overdrawn, your all of that stuff. You are constantly putting out, your emotional and your physical energy and your resources and whatever. You need a chance to just switch gears for at least an hour and just give yourself some downtime. Mums and dads, when they're at their jobs, chances are they've got a half an hour lunch break, maybe an hour if they're lucky. They've got some time to kind of give their brain a rest from work. You can't completely turn it off because during that nap time, even when the kids are asleep, you're still on call, right? If one of them wakes up or has to go to the bathroom or whatever, you need to jump into action. But you can at least give yourself kind of a little bit of a break, even if you're not completely, off duty. You can still give yourself a little bit of a break. And I think it's so important to do that. That keeps you from getting burnt out. It keeps your patience in check. If you've been having a trying day, gives just kind of a little bit of a downtime so that you can go at the rest of the day with renewed energy. So that's really important. And for parents to understand too, that you want to be at your best. You want to make sure that you're taking care of the kids to the best of your ability. You're not getting run down, you're not getting burnt out and losing patience with the kids and all of that stuff. So that's something that parents should be appreciating about you, that you are willing to take the time to just take a break in the middle of your day and give your best to the kids when they wake up, when it's after nap time and you approach the rest of your day. So there you go. Those are my 4 reasons why nap time should be non-negotiable. Feel free to share those with your parents. All right, I will catch you next time here on the Welcome to the Zoo YouTube channel. Bye-bye.